Hello, welcome to Crafting Kitty. My name is Erin and it's Saturday. So that means it's time for my weekly roundup. So my weekly roundup is a chronicle of my week in crafting. Any whips, works in progress, or FOs, finished objects. This week I have no finished objects to show you, but I can tell you I have been very, very productive. I have 3 items left to make for my advent calendar that I'm exchanging with Colleen from Grammy Colleen Crochets for our seasons treatings between friends. And so yeah, I'm very excited to finish that up and get that sent out to her. And so yeah, that was the bulk of my time. I did, however, remember to bring up my knit cardigan. If you recall, last week I had mentioned, okay, the sleeve is all wrapped up in it. I have finished the main body. I have not woven in any ends. So I finished the main body. I have the armholes and all of that done. So when I get to the next step, okay, that's the outside. I will have to sew this all together. So that's a shoulder seam. This will get sewn here. There's an armhole. There's a bit of the collar that'll sew up there. Here's another shoulder seam and the rest of the collar. So that gets sewn up. And there we go. We have the basic shape of a cardigan. The pattern does call for buttons. The children and I voted and they said no buttons. So it's going to have no buttons. And I have started the sleeve. So there we go. That's the right side of the sleeve. I do this pattern for 6 3/4 inches. So I'm on my last pattern repeat. And then I start to change up the pattern. But yeah, so body's done. The sleeves normally go pretty fast as long as you have time to work on them. The other work in progress I can share with you. I don't want to lose that darning needle I had in there. Or the pattern. Oh, I'm sorry. The pattern. That is a Drops Design free pattern. It is called the Maja or the Maja. M-A-J-A. I don't know how to pronounce that. I believe Drops is Swedish. Maybe Norwegian. I think it's Swedish though. I don't know how they say J in that. This calls for Drops Air yarn. I'm using Red Heart Flex. They're both 4 weights. And yeah, it's a fun pattern. It's free. You can just find it on, it's garnstudio.com, garnstudio.com. I know I was looking for cardigans on Pinterest and it came up on Pinterest. And that linked me to the website. Funny how that works. The other project I have in the works is in my lovely Harry Potter Bridget bag, Queen's Crafts by Bridget. This is her medium project bag. And it has Chomps' Dinosaur sweater. So this is, I'm using the red yarn he picked out with Brian at the local, why do I always do that? Local yarn shop. And I've finished the back panel. The next row I start adding the arm shaping. So this is all ready for arm shaping. This is the back panel. The front panel will be done the same, except it has a dinosaur that will be knit in. They want you to use the intarsia knitting style. So here we go. That's coming along nicely. This is my nighttime project, so I do this just at night when we're putting the kids to bed. I sit in their chair in, semi-light with the night light and work. I think my theory is they need someone to sit with them, but they need to have no energy put into them. So if I'm sitting there, I've got the rhythm of the knitting needles. I think the calmness and the rhythm helps them fall asleep. It seems to have been working. So the other project I will show is, this is in a bag I sewed myself. And this is my Stephen West Twists and Turns MKAL. I am still plugging away. This week it got very, very little attention because I'm working on this just Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, just to make sure I keep my hands on it. It doesn't get completely lost in the void of whips. I did a couple more colors. I've done the first row of my reddish maroonish cleric. This is, I'm using hand-dyed yarn I got from Etsy from Blackbird Sycamore yarn. Blackbird Sycamore yarn. There we go. And I am loving the colors. This one, the lighter one, the main color is Pink Jasper. The maroon color is called Cleric. And yeah, I am loving it. I like the colors. So I know I've mentioned I'm not totally in love with the finished design of the shawl, but I mean, that's part of the risk you run doing a mystery cal and MKAL. And I joined it for the challenge to stretch my knitting knowledge, and it is doing just that. So that is why I'm continuing. I want to see its completion. I want to see that I can do the techniques. I want to see that I can create the item. And I will keep it and I will love it just for the work that has gone into it. So that is why we continue. And I realize now I have shown you only knit projects today. No, I have one more. I fibbed. I have my car project. Brian was kind enough this morning to grab it from the car so I didn't forget it. So I have one crochet project to share with you. This is the Lavender Cardigan. Oh, where's my hook? There it is. And so this is a design by Melissa from Melissa Crochets with Love. It's my car project. So this is the project that I do when I sit in the drop off and pickup line for Chomps' kindergarten. They had a very short week, so this, and if you saw videos last week, you would know he had his announcement, and he had a very low grade fever on Monday, and he's a pretty hardy fella, so we wanted to err on the side of caution, especially with the RSV going around the schools. We didn't know what was going on. So kept him home. He woke up, had the low grade fever. I called him in. I gave him, the Tylenol to get it under control. It never popped back up. He was in the 98s, the rest of it. So he went to school on Tuesday, and then they had off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So this was not done on Monday in the car, and Tuesday I frankly forgot to put it in the car, so it was only done in the pickup line on Tuesday. So for being worked on that little, I'm very impressed. I believe I'm finishing up row 4 here, and this is a longer chain than she calls for in the pattern, but you basically size it to the size you want. And I would like my cardigans longer. She, I believe, is 5'2", 5'4", somewhere in that range. I'm 5'8", so I am by default going to need a couple more inches than she had. So yeah, I am loving this. Is a fun pattern. Thank you, Melissa. It is a paid pattern. You can get it on Ravelry. I'll have it linked down below. All these projects will be linked in the description box below. I'm not going to show too much of it since it is a pay. There you go. The Lavender Cardigan. I am using Lion Brand's Comfy Cotton Blend in the color Chai Latte. I bought this knowing I wanted to make a cardigan with it. And when I saw that pattern, I said, that is a cardigan that was meant for this yard. I have 5 balls of it, cakes of it. That should be should be more than enough. I am undecided if I'm going to add sleeves or what kind of sleeves. I think it's either going to be like half or 3/4. I mean, I really like a half sleeve, as you can tell. Even if I have a long one, I always hike them up. So I like the half to 3/4 sleeve. Thanks on me. Yeah. And this one will go back in the car. So what do I have coming up this week? Later today, you are going to have a second video for me. I need to draw the winners for the...
You kiss.
Oh, okay, thank you,
and
sweetheart.
a hug.
Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you, honey.
So how long is your video going to be?
I'm just wrapping it up now, so I'll be out in just a second. Why don't you go play with Papa, please?
Well, can I be in this part of the video?
Oh, you can be in this part. Okay. Let's come around this side and sit on my lap. Come around the other side, sit on my lap. Come around this side, sit on my lap. Okay, so this afternoon, evening, I am going to... Why don't you show off? He's wearing pants I sewed for him. Little shark joggers. He picked out the fabric himself. I've lost my train of thought. Oh, I'll be back later today, this evening, to draw a winner for the replay giveaways in our monetization party. So last call on those. Get your comments in. I'll draw a winner. Wow, we have 3. I am pretty sure I don't have much written on my calendar because I've gotten very behind on that. Okay, so coming up, hey buddy, on Wednesday, that's going to be the 30th, I need to draw the winner. That'll be the final day for the KraftingKitty Creator Spotlight, so be sure to get any last minute entries in on that. Remember, for November, we are allowing whips, so if you weren't able to complete any projects, that's okay. Just go ahead and get me a picture of where you're at. And that is, we're featuring Tony from TL Yarn Crafts. I'll have her channel linked down below. If you haven't made anything, she does have some wonderfully quick washcloth patterns and the Sunrise Coaster pattern. I highly recommend that. It was a quick, fun make, and I think it turned out very cute. I'll probably do an opening. I have a couple of purchases I still have to open. And in other exciting news, I got a box all the way from Scotland. Okay, so I got this from Scotland. I got my Pawply Advent Calendar. So I am planning on December 1st, opening it up day by day. So I still haven't even popped the seal on it, and I'm being careful with addresses and whatnot. So here we go. I'll start doing that. From Miss Ray from Ray's Yarn Addiction, I sent her mine, and she has sent me hers. I have the Unicorn Utopia blanket. We still have to decide. Look at the cute unicorn sticker she put on the box. We still have to decide when we're going to open this. And I got a very mysterious package from her. I have instructions to wait until December 1st. Well, she said I could open it and read the instructions, but I couldn't start doing it until December 1st. So I'll just wait until December 1st, pop that open, and see what she has up her sleeve. I should, in the next few days, finish my advent calendar for Colleen and get that sent out to her. And we were going to just do a 15-day advent calendar, so I probably won't start that until the 9th, so I can do one a day until the 24th. I believe I did my math correctly, right? I think so. If not, oops. So we have a lot of fun things coming up here in December. I will, of course, do another KraftingKitty Creator Spotlight for December, and we're gonna do another tweak to the program, and I'm hoping this will be the last tweak, or, you know, we'll see. It's always a work in progress, but I'm hoping we're hitting on something that will work. I feel like I've lost track of things. Oh, the Unicorn Utopia blanket. We're doing that as a challenge until December 15th. So if you guys want to make anything unicorn friendship themed, That's awesome. Ray and I did the Unicorn Utopia blanket, which is a pattern off of Etsy we found, and it was complicated. So I'm not going to say I think you can finish that in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but you're welcome to try. But anything unicorn friendship themed. Bridget spun this beautiful yarn inspired by unicorns, and then she split it up and sent it to some friends she has made along her YouTube journey. So that's her entry. Ray's mom made a beautiful unicorn blanket that it's just her own design. She just comes up with the most fantastic designs off of her head. She does both the knit and crochet. She is a wonderful lady. So yeah, we're accepting. Some people asked if they could do quilts or sewing things, crochet of course, knit of course, if you want to sculpt, if you draw a picture, artwork, let your creativity shine. Get us your pictures by December 15th and we'll have a drawing. Ray and I have been collecting tidbits along the way to have a prize for somebody. It is open worldwide, so don't let that hamper your style. Of course, for that giveaway, all YouTube rules apply. Over 18, all that good stuff. You have to be in a country where we can actually ship the package to, and yada, yada, yada. YouTube is not responsible. We are only responsible for our own decisions. I will stop blabbering and come talk to you later this afternoon. Bye-bye.